So I was thinking about you guys, and if you start to really become aware of and incorporate into your daily behaviors, it's going to be a game changer for you, an absolute game changer. I want you to become aware of the stories, the excuses that you habitually tell yourself. And it's a habit. It is a habit. I do it. I still do it. I don't do it as often as I used to. I'm more aware of it and I'm making the course corrections. But it's complete BS. The stories, the excuses, the things that we tell ourselves over and over again. And if you're not aware, it's so important to become aware of this. Become aware of what you're justifying, the reasons why you're not doing the things that you want to do, or you tell yourself that you want to do, but you're not doing it. And you start to justify. Well, whenever we justify, we're getting into storytelling and we're convincing ourselves, we're reaffirming why we're not doing the things that we want to do, or we're not keeping the promises that we want to keep to ourselves. Our results are always neutral. So if you look at the results that you're getting in your life, in every area of your life, it's always neutral. And they're often harsh, but they're fair. They're telling you right now where your behaviors are at, where your conditioning's at, where your habitual way of thinking is at. And if you want something more and you tell yourself you're going to do something more, then do it. But don't start to justify and go back into these old stories, these old excuses of why it's not happening. It's so easy. It's easy to say, yeah, I'm not doing X because of, and then you list off all these excuses, all these stories. For me, I'll share a quick story with you because I used to convince myself over and over again that I was somebody who needed to gather more information and absorb it without asking questions. I thought, asking questions was maybe a form of weakness. And this was the story that I was telling myself, even when I started to, change my career almost 2 years ago and get into the personal development industry. I became part of the best environment, the best team in this industry. And I would sit and gather information. I had access to some of the greatest thinkers, some of the greatest coaches in this industry. And rather than ask them questions, I would tell myself these stories and excuses, even being challenged to reach out for help. I would go over in my own mind saying, that's not me. And I would reaffirm why I had to gather more information and it was a weakness not to reach out. Well, it's garbage. It's complete BS. I had to go through that experience, but it was an opportunity. I had to become aware of it. If you're aware of it, of these stories and excuses, and you continue doing it, I think that's even worse. Your current circumstances right now are more important than your goal, whatever it is that you want. So maybe your goal's not big enough. But if you need help with this, message me. I can help you. But start becoming aware, quit with the stories, the excuses that you reaffirm, that you convince yourself, because it's complete BS and it's holding you, keeping you back from so many of the things that you want.